Hi everyone, we're live. Good morning. Um, so it's so good to be in your faces today, last day of March, and I'm happy that we get to do this today so that you can make an informed decision. Quite a number of people have actually signed up and paid already, chosen their part. While some are still saying, should I switch? Should I do this? Should I do that? And so that's why we're doing this. I know there was a short notice of announcement, and so a lot of people might be at work or something else. The replay is going to be made available to you guys. So here with me in the studio is Dr. Euna, and she's going to be talking about her journey into she's going to talk about her journey into um, UI UX, how she started. She's a medical doctor, a very fantastic one at that. And then she's going to tell us about her journey today and more. And then you have the opportunity to ask her questions. Now, this session is not going to last more than 30 minutes. So please maximize the time, listen to whatever she's saying carefully. So you don't have to ask her what she has already answered when she's talking or giving her brief. But please remember, like the rules are, no question is stupid, and so you can ask anything. And like you can see, it's a very informal class, and I am very informal and very normal. We're very simple people, and we just want to help you. Want to make sure that you get it right. UI UX, I believe, is beautiful. Product design is beautiful, but I also feel it's important to get what is right, what is your part, and so you should know what are things that she did. What if she had looked back, what should have done better, and and just learn from it. So, Dr. Yuna, you literally have the floor.
Oh, thank you very much, Miss Excellence. It's always a delight to talk to you or have contribute to anything that you're doing. You're really amazing, and I'm really happy to be here today. So, hi everyone. Like she said, Dr. Yuna Onya. So, um, currently I fully practice product design. So, but I'm a medical doctor. So it just goes to tell you that you can really switch careers from anything and do something that you're really passionate about. So for me to really get to the full story of how I got here, I have to really start from way back when I was little. So when I was quite young, I couldn't stay anywhere without sketching or tracing something or just drawing and painting. I would use all the poster colors that were actually meant for school. Oh, hi. Oh, hi, Chineye. Hi, Helen Dina. I hope I didn't murder your name. You're welcome. So often I would always like use up all the poster colors that were actually given to me for school. But that was it. And then, but I never thought anything about that. While I was in university, I was known as the multicolor girl. Like all my notes, I had to come to class with like 5 pens in order to be prepared. So I had green, red, blue, black. Like trust me, any color of bio that you can imagine, I often spend money buying that. So I would always have this really neatly arranged notes that people will keep asking, are you trying to create a document or is it just notes? What are you trying to build here? Or you're designing something? But then it was just me. So I was always really comfortable with just using colors and just trying to make things really exciting. And the reason why I use colors in my notes were to make them user friendly because I'm the kind of person that is a visual learner. I love to like look at things and the colors would attract me. So red will tell me that this is really important, and green might be like, just keep it in mind somewhere. You understand? So it was just to make my notes user friendly. I didn't think much of it actually. It's now that I'm practicing product design that I actually know that, oh, it's been a long time coming. So So fast forward to me graduating from university. I graduated as the third best in my class, and everyone was excited. Everyone like, wow, she's so ambitious. We trust her. She's going to be one of the best medical doctors around, and things like that. And I was excited. Ooh, I was excited to get into the to my career and actually see what life had for me. But then after 2 years of practicing, it seemed like I wasn't really getting the fulfillment that I wanted, and there was just a lot of things going on. I eventually had some kids. I had kids, and then I felt like I wanted to spend some time with them too. Sometimes I'll go to work and then I'll have 36-hour shifts. And then if you're on weekend call, sometimes I'll go on Friday and come back on Monday evening. And it was it began to tell on the kids. Like I wouldn't even notice when something changed in them. You come home and you're told that she's now saying this, and then you're shocked, or you're like, oh, why did I miss that? You miss your child's first. I'm just saying this is a personal thing for me. I'm really family oriented, but it's not for everybody. So as I kept calculating that, I began to feel really depressed. It was a really difficult time for me. I kind of almost lost myself. I lost confidence in myself because I was also losing confidence. I'm saying all this to all of you because we're all women, and we might get to a point in our lives when we have to make some decisions. Any decision you make for your mental health is definitely and absolutely okay. You can only take on things that you can take on and push as much as you can while keeping yourself stable. If not, you can't actually pour into others, which is what women are made for. So I began to really consider that. I began feeling bad, or feeling that like I wasn't a good mother was like a really huge thing for me. So I began to try to look for a way to really set things straight and go back to the path that I had actually imagined for myself, having enough time for my career and also for my kids. So, and that is absolutely possible. So, then COVID hit, and wow, COVID was like a gift. I'm sorry for anyone who feels different, but COVID was like a gift to me because it's actually helped me to step back and think about what it is. It's what it is I actually want. I sat down and I thought to myself, oh, imagine there's a global pandemic, and then every day you go to the clinic. Sometimes you do have a lot of impact, but I felt like there has to be a way to make a wider impact, where you can reach maybe thousands or millions at the same time and still help improve their health. So that was what dragged me to tech. I began to just research and say, oh, just preventive medicine. How can you improve healthcare? How can we improve healthcare? And that was how I stumbled into tech. And my path into tech was not a straightforward one. I had to go through a couple of courses. So because before I mention this, I just want to go ahead and say it's okay if you're not quite sure of what you want to do. Sometimes you have to try one or two things before you actually find the one that resonates with you. So I started with data analytics because it sounded really interesting and really prestigious. Everyone was like, wow, data, data, data. So I got into data analytics. I took courses. I studied data analytics, but when I was done, I still felt bored or something like that. So I decided to think about other things, and then I decided to go into digital marketing. It sounded exciting. And that was where I met Miss Excellence, and that was one of the best things that ever happened to me and my career. But that's another different story. So I went into digital marketing and tried that, and still I felt like this was not for me. So I decided I got to begin to break down things talk to coaches, and actually began to like dig deep and say, what is it that you really really enjoy, what is it that you really really enjoy. So at first I found out that of all the courses that I took on Tech Up Girls, when I did Tech Up Girls, graphics design was the most interesting to me. Like I just really loved going to just do the designs, and just it was just fun for me. I wasn't getting bored, it was exciting. So wow, that was an eye opener. I was like, okay, so design it is, but how then do we really, really make a difference with this design, especially in healthcare? Because that I definitely love healthcare, and I want to help improve it in Nigeria. So that was my major goal. And then I discovered product design. UI UX is, I know a lot of people are going to be wondering why she's saying UI UX and then she's saying product design. UI UX is almost like the beginner part of product design. As you continue to go in UI UX, you will develop and gain more skills, and then you end up actually doing a complete this thing, product design. You would get to understand that as you continue your journey, if you eventually choose UI UX. So on discovering UI UX, and I started taking the course, that was when I discovered that I could spend 3 nights a week actually creating designs on Figma without getting bored. I was so excited to go back to my laptop and create designs, and that was really exciting. That was the first time I was having that kind of feeling, actually doing work and having so much fun with it and not wanting to drop it. It was a really big hassle to get me to actually manage my time, because I could just sit down on my laptop and I wouldn't know when 10 hours have passed. Somebody asked me, are you doing Yahoo? but but I don't know. I was like, no, you wouldn't understand, but that was it. That was how I knew that this was something that I had a passion for. Eventually, as I continued to learn, I found out that, oh, you still need data to create great designs. So my study of data analytics was really helpful for me, especially in getting the job that I have now, because it was a major thing that they required. They were like, we need someone who is data savvy, someone who actually understands how to interpret data and use that for um, to create good products. So that was it. After my first course, I took a couple courses. I continued building projects. It was not just that project that I built in the first course. I continued building projects, and after about, it wasn't even up to a month that I just finished the first course, I got a scholarship for another one, because they were like, oh wow, we're looking for beginners, but what you have in your portfolio is already good enough. Why don't you come? Let's groom, let's pay for you to take this course, and then let's see what you can do for our company. I did that. For that was the first thing that I gained from product design. I was like, wow, oh, okay, I can do this. So I went in, I took the course, and they were impressed. But that was it. I just did that, and then I left. I was sitting down, and then I got people reaching out to me on Twitter, and they're like, hello, hi, we saw you're a doctor, you're this, you're that, and you're into UI UX. Can you help us do this? And I was like, uh-uh, already, I was really surprised. I'm like, wow, that's good. I started interacting with people, actually getting offers, actually getting internship offers. Most of them, some of them were unpaid, but then I thought to myself, I said, okay, if you can go through this and um, make sure that you can build up your skills and your portfolio, then probably you can get something paid. So within from, but by August of that year, that would be, I started learning product design in January, and by August I got my first paid internship, and I went through it. And after that, they were begging to retain me, and eventually I got retained and promoted, and I've been working with that company ever since. So So my career was my career, my UI UX journey was not too long. So dedicating 7 months to something and actually getting rewards, I think it's a really good bargain, and you're happy with what you do. Today I wake up and I turn on my laptop to do my job and I'm excited. I know exactly what I want to do. I'm excited to solve the problems that have come up and contribute to the team, and that really gives me great joy, and that is what brings me here. So UI UX is all about building products, especially when you're talking about UI UX. It really focuses on digital products like apps and websites, creating the designs in a way that users can easily use them, so that when you open an app, you don't get the dashboard before you get the sign in page. So you're building these apps in a way that it goes sequentially and users find it really seamless to use. I'm sorry, I thought I was going to use about 10 minutes to talk about my story, but I have spent about 14 minutes. So let me give you guys the rest of the 16 minutes to actually ask your questions.
Wow, I love to hear your story. Now, before you ask your questions, I want to share something about Dr. Yuna. So, she was in core three, and in core three, that was when we had the first, very last session. I think 1,500 at that
Yeah.
time. And so there was just no way you. Of course, there were mentors. There was just no way you could identify people. And we don't used to share. It was Zoom and then YouTube. We had Zoom and then we'll stream to YouTube. So until the speaker comes on live, we will not share the Zoom link. So when the teacher comes on live, we will not share the Zoom link so some people can get in because we can't have more than 100. Others can stream on YouTube. I don't know how she did it. She literally will always be the first for all the coaching calls. She will come in, she hates the link. Even when we changed it, she will still be the first. I was like, like she was so diligent. You know, scripture says this that seest thou a man diligent in his works, he will stand before kings. And I knew there was something about this person. I didn't even know she was a doctor. I didn't know her, like nothing. But I could see it. We all could see it. Like, you know, and then she will contribute. Even when it was not convenient, because later I got to find out that she had kids, you know, little kids, and then she was taking care of them, but she was still doing what I'm like, oh wow, okay. I could see the resilience, I could see the, you know, it was just so beautiful. And I think after that, you signed up for my mentoring, right? My accountability,
Yes, I
you know,
did. Yes.
like that. And she was ready. She was ready. And I always say this, once you're ready and you show up, it seems like the universe connives to begin to help you. But I needed to bring her here. And most times I share my story too to let you guys know that it's not a get rich quick scheme. Tech is not a get rich quick scheme. There's a journey, there's a process. And I love that she's doing what she loves. It just makes it easier because if you're not doing what you're natural, you'll be tired, you'll be bored, you'll be frustrated,
Mm-hmm.
and all of that. And so I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. So well done. So now
Thank
let's get
you.
but before they shoot their questions, please leave your questions in the comments and then we'll respond. I want to ask, what would if you're looking at yourself 3 years back when you just started, or let's say 2 years back, what would you have done differently? What do you think? I wouldn't have taken this step. I wouldn't have done. What do you think you'd have done differently?
Hmm. Interesting. um, Sometimes I think I would have taken some extra courses on coding, because I feel like the first thing that came to my mind was I wanted a career that didn't involve coding, but coding is not scary. Eventually, when I got to do it, it's it wasn't scary at all. It was just because people call it coding. People say coding is mathematics, but no, I'm talking about simple front end um design, no, development, actually front end development, because what it does for you is it's good that you add it to your foundational courses. That's just what I'm saying. If you have an opportunity after you've learned UI UX and you want to get a job, try to just maybe on the side, just be taking a look at that. What it does for you is that it helps you create products that actually work, that can be developed. There are a lot of things that people design and they can't be developed because the developers try so much to actually get those things to work, and it simply doesn't work. But if you definitely if you have an idea of how things work in HTML and CSS, then you can actually know exactly how to go about those. No, you can build interesting things, but then there are ways to go about it. You understand? Then you understand how to actually maneuver those shortcuts or shortcomings of HTML and CSS to get those things done. I think if I had someone that was giving me advice that was a UI UX person, that I knew, the person would have said, hey, take a look at front end before you move forward. So I think just put that in your back pocket. If you see someone talking about it, don't ignore it. It's not, you must not take like a huge course. Just don't ignore it. Just take an interest to it and just look at what it is, what it looks like.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's so beautiful. So can you? I've not seen any question yet. That's what I'm still asking you.
I've seen one
Can you tell us?
question.
You've seen one question where? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
You said, did you learn graphics design first or went straight to product design?
Okay, that's an interesting question because um I wouldn't say I learned graphics design like graphics, but I did show interest in graphics design. During the Tech Up Girls course, there was the Canva design. So that was my first like full introduction to graphics design. But after that, what I'm saying is you have to just be intentional about things that you're doing. Just be intentional. After that, while I was doing an internship on graphics design with mentoring her, I started also looking at people's short webinars where people were talking about design, just to get the fundamentals, so you can learn things like hierarchy, color use, and stuff like that. You can actually go into product design without any idea of graphics design, but having an idea of graphics design just improves your this thing, your chances of standing out, because you won't create products that the colors are really you won't design products that the colors are seriously clashing and then users can't even look at it and it doesn't look nice. So you might need to just understand the basics of contrast. You can just look at articles online, be intentional. If you know you don't know anything about design, be intentional. Look at articles. Anything you see, follow people, follow graphics designers just for the heck of it, just to get ideas. And then you move on, you continue with your product design journey. You can go
Yeah.
into product design without graphics design, but then it's good to definitely get the knowledge.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you. So another question, is there an example of UI UX? Maybe I could imagine it better. So she's trying to
Okay.
explore UI UX, I believe.
Okay. Helendina, where are you streaming from? Okay, that's YouTube. Okay,
Yes,
let me
true.
explain to you what a UI UX is. UI UX is user interface and user experience design. Okay, so when you're talking about user interface is that thing you can see now on your phone or on your laptop. If you're actually streaming this from your phone, you can see right on top of your screen, you can see YouTube. You come down, you see home, you see the YouTube icon, you see subscribe, you see the video itself. Every single thing there was actually designed and arranged by someone. A UI UX person at Google was the person who arranged how the buttons are supposed to look, where they're supposed to be in order to make for easy use, where everything should just fall in. That's what the user interface is. But then the experience is how you feel when you're using it. Because if you open YouTube and then you're seeing something like, let's say, a chart, you see chart on top, but here what you came for is actually to watch a video. it will not be a nice experience for you. You'll be like, why do I have to go through chat first before I go and see my video? So that is the user experience we're talking about. So you create a user interface that everyone can see, but then you have to build it, you build the experience in a way that whoever is using the app finds it easy to use it and feels that they've gotten what they actually came for when they visit the app. So user interface is just what you see whenever you come to your computer, your phone. Even when once you even turn on your phone, your home screen is a user interface. Someone designed it for that company. You understand? Someone designed how your date should look when you just press your button on your phone, and someone
Mhm.
designed how your app icons is going to should look when you turn on your phone or you open your phone menu. So that's basically user interface, is how you interface with your device. What do you see? That's what user interface is. Okay, I hope you do. I hope you can get a clearer view of what UI UX is. Helen dear, Helen Dina. Oh, I keep. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Right. So we have this question: where exactly is the starting point of product designing? It gets my attention.
Oh, okay. A lot when it comes to tech, I'm so sorry, but I try to tell people that the journeys are completely different for everyone. A lot of people that I've met have different journeys. When I did my first product design course, all the people in my class, except like three of us, already done some other UI UX courses and UI UX internships before they got there. But then a lot of them still dropped out of that class, even though they paid heavily for it. They still dropped out of that class and did not continue. So I would say that the journey starts wherever you want it to start. Where are you currently? You understand? You want to do product design, you want to do UI UX, start by actually just go on your laptop and browse what exactly is your UI UX, and then you take a course. The course that we're going to be taking for the tech up ladies is really beginner friendly, but funny. I promise you that when you're done with that course, you're going to have portfolios to at least show that you know what UI UX is all about. That's something that I you're definitely going to get, because I also see a lot of people going through different internships, but they have nothing to show for it. They say, I did a UI UX course, but let me see, can I see a project you've worked on? But they've never worked on anything from end to end. You understand? You start from your research and then to actual prototyping. A lot of people do not get to do that. And once you can't do that full cycle, you wouldn't really understand what UI UX is fully about. So UI UX starts where you want it to start. But I would say it's just about take a step towards it, and then you just start. There's no like starting point exactly. For me, I jumped in somewhere in the middle and continued. A lot of people do start with graphics design, but I don't think that's really important. And you also don't need to be artistic to do user UI UX, because there are principles guiding the whole system.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you very much. Now, before we go to the next question, because you started this, I was going to ask you to elaborate more about what they're going to be seeing on the Tech Up Ladies. The course outline is already out there on the website. They can see that. But
Yes.
what should they expect? I love that you've let them know, reminded them, because I've told them that is beginner friendly and it's practical based, such that they can
Oh,
have those build some form of.
completely hands-on.
So I need you to
Yeah.
just talk a bit more, share a little bit more about it.
Okay. The course that we've curated for Tech Up Ladies is first completely beginner friendly, but what I want to promise you is that it's going to be really hands-on, really, really hands-on. If you don't have a laptop, please borrow already. It's not something you can do on your phone. I want to mention that now so that people don't come and start asking me, how can I do my assignment on a phone? You really have to do the assignments on your laptop. And you're going to start creating things from the first day. I'm not letting you go home and be like, we just started theory. No, no, we're not doing that. We're diving in, you're getting your hands dirty, so that by the end of the course, what we're looking at is having you to have one web site design, like you've done one web project and one mobile project, so that if you want to search for an internship, you can be like, oh, I've worked on a web project before. I also have experience working on a mobile project. So
Mm,
these, as in these are things you can expect. So you're going to have projects that you can add to your portfolio, because when it comes to UI UX, applying for a job without a portfolio for the recruiter to take a look at what you can already do is just like throwing a stone into a bush. You probably will never find it.
true,
So that's
true.
it.
Thank you. So, I'm not a hands-on person, but very organized and coordinated. Say more of administrative person, but I can get people to make sure an assignment is done appropriately. But this crave for tech is getting to me. I'm learning data analytics now, but it's not for me, honestly. Do you feel this way?
Oh, have you met me? I don't know who this is, but have you met me? Oh, I am the queen of delegations. Like, I love working in a team and I love bossing people around. Like, hey, this is what to do. This is what to do. And actually, interestingly, someone was, Miss Excellence once suggested product management. I know you suggested product management. That would really look nice. And interestingly, when I got to the organization that I'm working for right now, they were like, please, can you do product management? Can you manage the product for us? Like, can you just be the product manager? And I'm like, hey, I didn't come here with the skills for product management. I just came here to design and go my way. Please, nobody should add extra to it. But what I'm saying is, personally, I also have a penchant for being administrative, I guess. But then I don't know exactly. Can't say I feel exactly the same way that you felt, but I just felt like data analytics, yes, the Excel sheets and everything, I could do it, but it wasn't just calling out to me. It's not something that would wake me up in the night. Do you get? But product design, I can be sleeping and then I remember an adjustment and I'm like, hey, yes, I need to move that button to that area. That will make a lot of sense. And I think that's what passion and really liking what you do is all about, so that's it. Just think about it. If it's not really calling out to you, you can try something else, just like you had. I didn't just dive into product design. Trust me, don't be in a hurry to just fix yourself in one place. And when you're thinking about it, think about the fact that I spent 8 years as a medical doctor. I spent 8 years studying medicine and then 2 to 3 years practicing, and I still was able to switch. So feel free. You have a lot of time. I once I convinced myself that I wasn't in a race with anyone. It was just my journey, and Miss Excellence, you helped with this. It was like, this is just your journey. Just focus on it. Just calm down and see where it goes, you know. And that was it. Once you just focus and you can try one. If it doesn't work, try another one. That's my tech advice to anybody who wants to get into tech. I'm like, try a lot of things. There are so many things that you can actually do. Oh, sorry, I want to mention something. I'm sorry. And I wanted to mention something, just like I told you, the knowledge I got from the data analytics course helps me with my current job now. So it's not as if no, this those informations, the knowledge you're getting is a waste. Trust me, tech is seriously interwoven. It is so interwoven. Even the digital marketing thing, trust me, we're marketing a product that we're trying to push out currently. We're trying to launch a product. And when the marketer is talking about it, I understand it because I've had I have some idea of what digital marketing is all about. So trust me, no knowledge is a waste. It wouldn't even waste in the tech space.
Yeah, I love what you just shared, Yuna, because I was just thinking about it this morning. Um, after I dropped my son from school, I'm like, okay, what if I didn't have all the skills I had? I'm not sure I'll be able to pull off Tech Up Girls without
Mm-hmm.
millions of naira, you know? And when I was learning all of this, I was literally learning them that I was going to use them to make money, to earn. But today, it has just really made my work easier. So I'm not just teaching them, but I'm applying it. So when I run my campaigns for Tech of Girls program with a very minimal budget, I get amazing results, and I'm not paying anybody. I'm doing it
Mm-hmm.
myself and my time.
Yes.
Did the website myself. I did the course curriculum myself because I know I've been there. So at the end of the day, I felt I did so many courses, kilo day, but it ended up paying well. So when they come they come in front of me and we're trying to cancel or we're trying to advise you on your career, it's easier for me to say, oh no, this is what this is like. Oh, so you better think well, or "Ah, you might not fit here, or I can make better suggestions." So yeah, no learning is a waste. It all eventually helps. It all comes together. So I told you 30 minutes. I'm so sorry. We've exceeded 3 minutes
Yeah.
ahead. So let's give parting words. What are the final words you give them? Um, your class is going to be very small, and I think half of the class is filled up already. So what should they look at that? Okay, I'm ready for this, or maybe come another time. What do you think?
um. Okay. You can just look at your time. Look at your time because product design is something that you have to actually invest some time in order to achieve the best results. It's practice that will make progress. If you do not practice, trust me, if you come to class and say, I heard it, you'll be surprised when you open Figma to do that thing, you'll be shocked that you cannot do it. You know, it's happened a lot of times. So you need to bring out time, make sure you have the time to do it, and so you don't pay the money now and you're like, I didn't get anything from it. Personally, I will not take it lightly with anybody who starts the course and does not complete it, effectively, because next thing you will say, you learned from Dr. Yuna. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Anyone who is going to learn from Dr. Yuna is going to be excellent and is going to be intelligent. Um, not intelligent. You're just hardworking. Let's just say hardworking. Okay, you just need to be hardworking and diligent. And I want to see someone that would behave like me, show up first and make sure you ask all the questions. And then I will never forget your name because you were so active in the class. Yeah. So that's really important. Just invest your time. And if you don't have a laptop, please try to get a laptop if you're going to be taking this course, because you're definitely going to need one for it. From the first day, you're going to need a laptop. So just and get ready to be creative. Just get ready to be creative. If you know you love creating things, fun things, just come along. Let's take this journey together. And trust me, you'll be glad you did. You'll be glad you did.
Wow, wow, this was so interesting, and we want to thank you so much. We can't wait to start, right?
Yeah, I can't
For
wait
those
to meet a lot of you.
Yeah, for those that missed the session, when you come on board, you can just leave comments that you've watched and what you learned. And if you have questions, you can also leave comments and I'll pass them across to her and we'll make sure you get that answered. Registration is ongoing, but like I said, there's no time frame. Once the class is filled up, we'll just close up for that session. UI UX are taking just about 20 people, data analytics 50, and blockchain just about 30. We're going to be having the blockchain tutor Mrs. Ayo with us next week, and we're also going to be having the data analytics tutor. He's too good. When I say good, he is too good. That's over 15 years experience as a data analyst. So if that's the area you want to stick to, he's going to be here answering your questions and letting you know the what he does, how he started, and the multi streams of income he's been able to generate leveraging data analytics, as well as what is there for you as a woman. Now, we because of network, we couldn't take Nima's session on Sunday, but I've had the session with her, but it's an audio. So I'm going to upload it to YouTube as a podcast. So you can just go listen to it. It's just about 10-11 minutes. But trust me, you'll find it really, really helpful. It was just so good, and straight up to the point. So you can make an informed decision. Thank you very much, Dr. Yuna, for being with us today. And thank you,
You're
everyone.
welcome. It's
Bye.
always a delight. Bye.